not expecting that.
How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be trying out how to brew. So I got this little brew kit online. So this is it. American Pale Ale home brew kit. So let's see what's inside of this baby. Alright. So when you first open it up, looks like that they give you a little guide to brewing. So this is what they give you. It looks like gives you some information about craft brewing, craft beer, and what the ingredients you use and the materials and equipment that you need to brew with. Looks like it gives you a step-by-step on how to do it too. Alright. The next thing that they have is some coasters for your beer or whatever drink that you use. And then let's see. Looks like this is a topper for the jug when you're finished brewing. Let's open this bad boy up. So, got a funnel to funnel the beer in, the wort I guess it's called. And could be wrong about that. I'm not too well versed about this stuff. This is my first time doing it. So they got like a little sack here, probably full of all the ingredients needed. Let's see. So this little thing is fresh yeast. Add whole pack. So when you brew it, you gotta add the whole pack in. This is it. And let's see what else is in this goodie bag. What's this? Sanitizer, and I think this is for the hops, I believe. This is the sanitizer. You gotta sanitize everything so that if there happens to be any bacteria in the brew, it's gonna kill everything. It's gonna kill the yeast, and that's what causes the fermentation process. So, looks like we got some hops here. Cascade aroma. Add for 2 minutes in the boiling wort. Hops, 7% acids. And then let's see. Looks like we got another one of those in here. Pearl. It's another thing of hops. Alpha, 7.5% acids. It's gonna add a bittering taste to the beer. And then we got another one. I guess it also shows the step of it. Add to boiling wort and start timing for a 60-minute boil. Interesting. Now it looks like we got some grains to add into it. And we got this big sack. Look at this thing. Not that sack. This one. What is it? Dried malt extract. £1.25. Assume we gotta put this whole thing in it. This is it. Interesting. It's gonna be fun. And let's get to the equipment. Just went over kind of the ingredients needed. Looks like this is a tube to, at the end, get the beer out of the jug. And here we go. A 1 gallon jug. It has a thing of yeast on it. I guess that's their logo. And the stopper to the top. And we got a thermometer to check out the boil, the temperature range, and I think this is also for the end process. You put it in like that or something, and then put that on. I don't know. I have to read the directions before I do anything crazy. And then this last one, it looks like it's for the fermenting process, because the yeast is going to create gases and such, so that this will top off those gases so it doesn't cause this gallon jug to explode. Alright, so now we just gotta brew. Alright, how's it going, guys? This is the cooking part of this. We're gonna start the brew. So first off, you need to wash your hands. Make sure you're sanitary. Gotta use paper towels, clean paper towels, to dry yourself off. And then fill up a gallon of the jug and then pour it into this. Technically you don't have to fill up, you just gotta get something that's a gallon, but I'm not completely sure if that's a gallon or not, so this is the test. Yeah. This is a little bit less, or a little bit more than a gallon, so hopefully that'll be fine. So the first step, let me read this. First step is to place it into this. Next you gotta place the grains into this bag, this little baggy thing. Then tie off the ends. Alright. This will be interesting. So, these are the grains. Just gotta open this. So we gotta put it into this for 20 minutes. I gotta turn this on to medium heat, it looks like, until it's 155 degrees Fahrenheit or 68 degrees Celsius with this thermometer. Open this bag. Alright, I'm gonna need scissors. Alright. So we got scissors, and now it's time to open the grain. Pour this into this, pour the grain into this sack. Alright, just like that. Make sure every last bit is in there. Alright. Then you gotta tie off the end, and then you just let it soak in there for 20 minutes when it reaches 158 degrees Celsius. Alright, tie off the end like that, and now we wait. Alright, so while we're waiting for this to get to 155, not 58, 155 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to show you guys the sanitary stuff that we need. So you need to put half of this into a little bowl like this or something, so you can sanitize your equipment so that there's no bacteria in it. So fill it up. Fast forward through this probably. Make sure to add only half of this packet in, and then let it mix around, or mix it around. You're going to need a spoon or something in general so you can mix the yeast, and I'm sorry, the mead into everything. So let this dissolve into this little thing, and then you just put your equipment in for 60 seconds, a minute, and then that'll cleanse it of all this bacteria, and you should be good to go. All right, let's check out on this. So it's just 10 more degrees, it looks like. Now we can add the grain. All right, now that the temperature is around 155 degrees Fahrenheit, you can put your grains in. You gotta leave it there at that temperature for about 20 minutes. And make sure that it maintains that 155 degrees Celsius or it was 68 degrees Celsius. All right, so the timer's about to go off, and what you need to do is turn off your stove top and take the grain out, move the pot off the stove, and put the malt extract in. Alright, so it's gonna happen in 4 seconds. 2, 1. Stop that. Take it off. And then remove this. Do not squeeze the bag because it'll, according to the directions, something would happen. Something bad would happen. It'll add some weird flavor to it. That's what it was saying. Something like that. Alright. Put it there. And then get your clean scissors or whatever. Cut this off. And at this point, you want to put your stovetop to medium to high heat. Add the malt extract and stir it so it doesn't clump. Spill over. Maybe use a bigger pot for next time. This should be fine. And stir it until all the clumps go away, and then put it back onto the heat. Alright. Onto the stovetop. So it says once the malt extract is completely dissolved, as in there's no lumps, I'd imagine, you put it back onto the stovetop with medium to high heat. And then at this point you want to set a timer for 45 minutes, because at that point you're going to add your first round of hops. And after that, you have to set a timer for 13 more minutes, and then add another set of hops 2 minutes before it's done. Alright, so next you want to do is make sure that you fill up your sink or something to submerge most of the way your pot, so it cools it off to 75 degrees Fahrenheit so you can add the yeast as quick as possible. So my timer's about to go off, and we're going to add this bit of hops for 2 minutes, and then we're going to put the rest into that. So cut it with the sterilized scissors, sterilize them again. Supposed to add aroma, and then don't forget to set your timer for 2 minutes. Put it in, start, and then good to go. Hey guys, so I'm just about finished up with that 2 minutes of the boil, and then we're gonna have to quickly take this off the stove, put it into our little ice bath thing that we got going on in the sink, and hope that everything turns out correctly. So 7 seconds. I already sterilized all of the equipment for when I put it in, so I'm going to turn this off now. Stop this. And then slowly bring it down. And then put the sterilized, just in case I'm going to do it again, sterilized, put it into that, wait until it goes down to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's when we can put it into this bad boy. I'm just gonna set it up. And after we put it in, everything's all sterilized, we add the yeast. You guys wanna make sure that all your equipment is clean. You put it into your sanitized water. You pour a little bit into your gallon jug to sanitize that too. Put the top on. Then you rinse it. Take it out. And this stuff should dry off soon, and then put it back in. And now we wait a few minutes. Alright, so after you put the beer into the bottle or the wort and you add the yeast, you gotta make sure that the packet of yeast is clean, so it's sterilized, and then usually put it in the sterilizing water that they gave you for a minute, and then put your clean thumb on the top. You shake it for a minute. I did that already. My camera didn't record that, sadly, but that's how you do it. And then you put the, I believe you put the stopper on it for fermentation. Alright, so now put the tube in here. You fill this with half a bottle of water, or half to the water, and then put the tube in here, and it makes it so that when it starts fermenting in the next a day or two, that it won't cause this to foam over and explode. According to whatever this booklet is saying. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I'm gonna do it because that's what the booklet says too. And then within that 48 or 24 to 48 hour range, we fill this thing up, sterilized, with halfway to water. You put it on the topper, and then you should be good to go. Remember, keep the jug, that gallon jug, in a dark area that's around room temperature to make sure that the fermentation process works completely.